today I'm going to share with you a little bit about my plant journey. So guys, Aura Life is all about bringing you that daily dose of positivity so that you can remain focused, so you can go out there and experience life, and so that you are in a healthy space in your mind, body, spirit overall. And one of those ways that you can really boost and just create such a positive space around you is through plants. There's numerous studies out there. Being out in nature and then also having plants in your personal space can really boost morale, bring positivity in your space and focus, and it even creates fresh oxygen that your body needs to function properly. So I'm not sure if you've gotten a chance to look at my first bucket list video, and if not, I will post it here. But in that video, I mentioned that one of the things on my bucket list is to have and maintain 50 plants in my house. I know that's crazy, but I want to make sure that I can maintain these plants and keep them alive. So I was lucky to receive a plant through my office. So I am the proud parent and foster parent of a plant now. And you can see here shortly that it was kind of in a bad state when I received it. So you're gonna see my entire process on how I propagate, how I replanted, and just all of the different plants that I have in my home and how I've been building my collection so far. Let's get started. Now this plant, I know it looks kind of janky. I got this plant from my office. We are actually moving buildings. This plant basically was an orphan. Nobody wanted to take it over to the next building. So I decided to take it. I've been doing some research on YouTube. The first thing that I did, since I didn't really know what variety this was, is I actually posted a picture of this on Reddit. And I think it's like, what is this plant on Reddit? What you do is you upload a photo and people on there are experts and they will tell you what your plant is, and then from there you can look it up, look up how to take care of it, blase blue. So I found out that this plant is a Chinese evergreen, which does well in low light. It's a very resilient plant. You're gonna cut down these limbs and you can create and repot these to bring it back to life. The biggest thing what I want to do is eventually for this to be big and to actually have some thickness and volume and just look more healthy. What I'm doing is I'm making some clippings. I'm taking off any dead leaves that I see and I'm making some clippings. The ones that are in here that I've cut down, these can actually start to reroot again too as well, or to start to grow some leaves. Take this out, put it in some fresh soil, and we'll see what happens. Definitely just liven up my space and bring more positivity in. And I also have this Buddha over there and this plant that was actually given to me. It was a cutling originally. It's just a regular potato plant. And as you can see, eventually what I want to do is hang this up. But it's starting to get long, so I actually might take some clippings and try to reroot as well so that I can start to fill this pot in. That is basically the gist of Operation Plants in my house as of right now. All right, guys. Cut to the footage of it actually being grown. So I thought that I would show you to the best of my ability of like how you can trim this. So essentially you trim it underneath a node. So this is a node and that's kind of where nutrients can come in. So you want to cut it below that. This is to the best of what I've learned on YouTube. So I'm going to cut right there. So you can see I actually trimmed or took off some of those like really flimsy leaves towards the bottom. So essentially, you know, if I wanted this to start to grow straight, what I could do is cut it all the way to here, and that would give me like more of a straightened look, which I'll probably do with most of these because this plant is kind of it's going through it. So I'm trying to help it, guys. So all the trimming is done. Not gonna lie, it's kind of scary. I'll put the picture up again here of what it looked like before. So, you know, it can be kind of scary because, you know, the plant, it was so big and like bulbous and flourishing, and, you know, obviously, like, we love that. That's gorgeous. And especially when you're first trying to start out and you're trying to get this plant to grow, it can kind of be a little frustrating, because you're hoping that you're a little nervous too, because you're hoping you're not gonna kill this plant. But as you can see, we have some really good clippings here. I mean, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 possible new plants. And you know, I think what I'll do is I'll probably put 2 of these together, so it'll look something like this once they reroot. So that'll actually be another 3 plants, including this one. My hope is that these will start to also create some more leaves. If you can see here, there's some that, this one looked dried out. I cut the top to see if it'll start to flourish again, but at the bottom there's a leaf coming out, and I think once I repot this today in some fresh soil and, you know, really water it, because it looks like, you know, people didn't even water it for a long time, and, you know, there's still a lot of water and life in this plant. So I think once there's some fresh soil in that, I'm hoping that these will sprout too, and they'll get nice and big. So I took the plant out, and you could see, like, it was starting, the roots were starting to come out of the back, and that's a bad thing. That's when you know that it's time to replant. Also, this soil was not good. It's starting to fall off. So I'm gonna put it in here.
And you fall
in there.
off. It fall off.
Yeah, fall off. So I'm gonna put this plant into the planter now, and then we're gonna give it some new soil. So I put it in the pot. Honestly, this pot probably won't last me as long as I would like it to. I think for now it'll be fine as it's transitioning over, just to give it the nutrients it needs. But to be honest with you, like, it's not too far off from that size. It does have some more space now for it, but I do think that I'm gonna have to transition to like a bigger pot soon. And then I'm gonna water it and saturate it and make sure that it's nice and fertilized, because this one is sprouting some new leaves, which is great. And what I've been hearing is, as it's sprouting, if it is sprouting, that's the perfect time to fertilize. So I looked into a whole bunch of fertilizers, and if you're starting out with houseplants, it's recommended to start with the spikes. So this one, you put the fertilizer in to the plant. It looks like you put it around the plant, halfway between the plant stem and the edge of the pot, until the spike is just below the surface. So I'm going to put a few of those in, because this is a bigger plant, maybe 4, just around that. And then it says you water. There are other fertilizers. If you're doing a liquid form, they actually tell you to water your plant first and then fertilize it with the water soluble one. But this one is kind of like a easy version of that. So that's the next step. I'm going to show you kind of how to put it in. So I put one over here, one over there, and one on that side. So I'm going to just stick it in on this side, and it goes right below the surface. I'm gonna push it down until I really can't see much, and then cover it up so you can't see them. So essentially the reason why I'm doing this is I read that if it's been at least a year since you've put some kind of fertilizer in there, or since you've even bought the plant, because it usually comes with some type of fertilizer, it actually expires. And I'm pretty sure, since this was in an office, like, nobody was taking the time to fertilize this thing, to repot it. That's why I had to go repot it, put some fresh soil on it. So just, it's a no-brainer to take the opportunity now to fertilize it. So now I'm gonna put some water on it. You guys are gonna think this is hilarious, but of course I can't find my water, which I normally use outside for plants, but I have a tea kettle, but hell, it still works, it's not hot. So I'm gonna water it until it gets nice and saturated. And say water all around. With these particular plants, you gotta wait till they dry out. So I'm just gonna keep checking the soil till it dries out, and then I will water it again.
Vers l'horizon. Allons plonger vers les ciels de Méditerranée. Échappons-nous vers l'horizon.
Happy Saturday, guys. So, plant update. I got these succulents a while ago. To be honest with you, I have not been taking very good care of them, and I had been meaning to plant them. That didn't happen right away, so I actually just planted them today, and I saturated the soil because honestly they were pretty dry. The thing about succulents is, yeah, they're easy to take care of, but I'm always afraid that I'm going to overwater them. So, you know, the tip is to always make sure that the soil is dry before you water them again. I think I went a little too long, so I'm hoping that they kind of revive themselves, especially this one. I feel so sorry for this buddy, but yeah, I wasn't taking care of you. So now that they're in this beautiful pot that I got at Home Goods, I think hopefully they'll thrive a little bit more, and I'll make sure to water them. My mother-in-law gave me this plant, a couple clippings from her. So what I did, and I'll show you, is I had 2 clippings. I split them in half, and if you can see, I put some root hormone on the ends of them. This way, once I actually plant them in soil, it'll be evenly distributed instead of just having 2 long clippings. So I think that will definitely help make it be fuller when it starts to grow and it's planted. Update on my Chineseevergreen. It's been at least a month now, and it's really starting to grow. You can see all of this new growth shooting up from the bottom. The sides are starting to shoot up again, which is really great. And you know, we're seeing even more growth on the ones that were already established. So this is good. Some of these other ones are a little bit slow. I'm hoping that eventually that they come up too. I just switched out this water. I tried to switch it out twice a week, and look at the growth on that, guys. I mean, those roots are singing right now. Excuse my kitchen because it definitely needs to be cleaned. Yeah, the roots are going. I think that this is pretty much ready to be planted. I might actually plant it in that pot here in a second once I show you kind of the other ones. Today I'm deciding that it's time to switch over to soil because all of the pieces that I've been propagating have been doing so well. And I want to make sure that I don't want to get to the point where it just depends on just being in water all the time. This group too, I mean, look at all of those beautiful roots. So I actually think that it's ready to be added. So update on my Chineseevergreen clippings. They've really been doing well. I'm gonna be very gentle here. But look at that. Beautiful roots. So to be safe, I think I'm gonna plant them today. I don't wanna keep them in. That's about 2 inches on some of these for me. Really doing good. So I'm gonna plant these. So I have my all of my little clippings. I have 3 of these little pots. I have my root hormone that I'll be using to dip in before I plant again. And then I have the Miracle-Gro Performance Organics All-Purpose Container Mix. And then I'm also gonna put in some fertilizer, but I'll get to that point when I can. So to start off, I'm gonna take some of my mix, recognize this cup, put it at the bottom, and then I'm gonna add another here. Until I feel like it's pretty substantial enough. It's probably gonna take one more. This is pretty deep. Rolling it around in the root hormone. And the ends there. So now I'm gonna fill up all of it with soil and then make sure that it's standing up straight. So as I'm filling in, you want to make sure that you're keeping it nice and sturdy so that it stands up straight. Okay, it's a nice impact. We're gonna do the same thing with the other 2. See how they're separated? That's actually a good thing to make sure that they can grow around each other, because you know they're gonna sprout off and do their own thing. So it's actually a good thing that they're separate. Do similar to what I did before is I'm going to take them out of the water and stick them into the root hormone. So that's it, guys. That's where I am right now with my plant journey. I'm so proud of the plants and where they're at right now. There's so much new growth, and you could already tell a difference in my space. It just feels more like home since we've moved into this house, having real plants around us. I actually think I'm planning on bringing one of the smaller plants, Fred as they called it in my office, back to the office, kind of as a way to move it from our old office where the plant was originally to the new one that we moved in, just as a constant reminder of kind of the history of the office and our company. The remaining, I think, 3 plants are gonna grow here in my house, and so I'm gonna show you guys how they grow over time, and I'll also show you some of the new plants that I am gonna bring into my collection. I'm actually excited to try out new places of buying plants. I've heard good things about Etsy, so I'll make sure to record those as well. But if you have any more questions just around plants and how to maintain them and take care of them, please comment below. And if you have any tips, include those there too. Please subscribe so that you can get notified for new videos, and click the bell as well as a way to get notified around when new videos are uploaded. I'll talk to you guys soon, and have a great rest of your week. Bye!
I see